Hello dear students, welcome back on my YouTube channel Learn 8 Standard English Textbook. Myself Bhagwan Sarote from Gokula Education Societies, JDC Bitco English Medium High School, Nasik Road. Today we are going to learn Unit 3.3, that is the lesson The Last Leaf, which is written by O. Henry. Let's take some information of O. Henry. Henry's full name is William Sidney Porter, but he is better known by his pen name O. Henry. He was an American short story writer. Porter was born in Greensboro in 1862 and he was died in New York on 5th June 1910. Students, now let's see warming up exercise. The first question is here. Suppose you suffer from a long term illness, 1 or 2 weeks. What should you do and what should you avoid? Fill up the table of do's and don'ts. Dear students, here is given 2 columns, do's and don'ts. You have to fill it by yourself only. Now let's learn the story. Unit 3.3, The Last Leaf. There was a colony in the poorer parts of New York where many struggling artists live. Among them were Sue and Johnsy. They had come to New York from different parts of the United States. When they met, they found that they shared the same interest and they became good friends. They shared flat and set up a joint studio trying to earn living through art. Johnsy was small, thin, and not very strong. So, after spending a few months in New York, she became ill with pneumonia. In those days, it was not easy to cure pneumonia patients. So, her best friend looked after her well. She took care all of her, but Johnsy showed no sign of improvement. One day, the doctor told Sue that Johnsy had one chance in 10, and that chance is for her to want to live. Your little lady has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. Doctor told Sue that you have to convince her to stay positive because most of our troubles and illness stay because of our negative thinking. She will recover only if she wills to recover. He also told Sue that medicines alone did not help if the patients did not wish to live. That day, Johnsy just lay in bed without making any sound or movement. First, Sue thought that she had fallen asleep, but then she noticed that Johnsy was looking out of the window and was counting something again and again in a very low voice. Sue, too, looked out of the window, but there was nothing to see, only an old ivy vine and decay at the roots. The cold breath of autumn had taken away most of the leaves, only the skeleton branches were left clinging to the bricks. Sue asked to Johnsy, "What is it, dear?" Then Johnsy said, "6. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago there were almost 100." Johnsy said, "Leaves on the ivy vine are falling fast. When the last one falls, I must go to die." Sue said, "Oh, I never heard of such nonsense. Don't be silly. The doctor said that you had an excellent chances of getting well." Sue told her to stop talking nonsense and she went to get a bowl of soup for Johnsy. Johnsy, however, refused to take the soup. She told Sue that since she was going to die, eating did not matter to her anymore. She only wanted to see the last leaf fall so she could die in peace. Now, Sue needed the light to finish the painting so she could sell it for some money. So she begged Johnsy to not look at the leaf while she was painting. Johnsy agreed, but asked Sue to finish the painting quickly. Sue's painting was about an old miner. For her model, she had chosen Mr. Behrman. Mr. Behrman was a 60-year-old painter who lived in the same building on the ground floor. He was failure in art. Behrman's dream was to paint a masterpiece. This dream, however, had eluded him so far. Then Sue went downstairs to talk to Behrman. She told Behrman about Johnson's fancy, that is, imagination. She told him all about her worries for Johnson. When Behrman heard about Johnson's imagination, he was shocked and he cried and said, "Are there people in the world foolish to die because of leaves dropping off from a vine?" Behrman came upstairs with Sue to talk to Johnsy. Johnsy, however, had fallen asleep. Sue went to the window and she showed Behrman the ivy vine that Johnsy saw through the window. There was only one leaf remaining on the ivy vine. It looked like it would fall soon. The next morning, Johnsy wanted to see the last leaf. She was scared, but on opening the window, she found the last leaf still standing there. Sue exclaimed that the last leaf looked strong and healthy. She thought that it was a sign that Johnsy would recover. But Johnsy disagreed. Johnsy thought that last leaf would surely fall during the night. It will fall today, and I shall die at the same time. That day, she waited for the last leaf to fall, but the last leaf remained strong in the storm. Johnsy stared at the last leaf all day. Finally, in the evening, she called Sue and she told Sue that she had been a bad girl and she had been depressed and uncooperative while Sue had been taking such good care of her. The last sleep made her realize that she had been selfish and that she did not want to die. She wanted to live. Sue hugged Johnsy and Johnsy was ready to take the soup and milk. Next morning, the doctor came and examined Johnsy. He proclaimed that Johnsy had found the will to live. He was confident she would recover soon. Mr. Behrman downstairs was now ill with pneumonia. He had been out in the stormy night. The sweeper had found him shivering in his bed with wet clothes, shoes, brushes, and paints all around his bed. So then pointed out the last leaf to Johnsy. It still looked strong and healthy. Behrman had sacrificed his life to go out into the storm and paint the leaf on ivy vine, and it was his masterpiece. He had painted it there that night when the last leaf had fallen. So, the story, The Last Leaf, centers around the last leaf left on the ivy vine because Johnsy connects her lifespan to following of the last leaf. She believes she will die when the last leaf falls. The painter, Mr. Behrman, paints a realistic last leaf onto the vine to give hope to Johnsy and provide her with the will to live. Therefore, that last leaf, which was painted by Mr. Behrman, plays a vital role in the story. Dear students, thus today we have completed the story The Last Leaf. Hope so you have understood the story The Last Leaf. Students, homework for you. Homework is complete all the question answer from English workshop which is given on page number 70 and 71 and complete it in your homework notebook. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.